Hello, everybody. It is me, Montego Wolf. I have a very special video for today. This server has been around for 10 years, almost the entire lifespan of the game, since 2011. It was created in one of the older beta versions, I believe the first version of beta that added multiplayer support for private servers. And it all started in a small college in the mountains of North Carolina, where the IT guy there, Mr. Claw, he'd been following a little indie game called Minecraft that he thought was a really good game and a good technological advancement in gaming in general, and he thought it had a lot of potential. And so it's before there was any server hosting sites for people, so he had to run it on one of his own computers. So that's what he did. He decided to make it public for the different college students, and eventually it became a private server that is still run by him, but mostly me and some other people play on it. And it is the oldest server I've ever played on. It is incredibly old. So, I guess we should just get into the tour. Right now I do not have very good gear. I haven't logged on in a while, and the last time I was on was before I really knew how to enchant well. This is an okay pick. There also just aren't very many, villagers, 1.14 villagers for getting books and stuff. So I think first part of this tour, I want to show off some of the terrain. I don't want to spoil too many builds. So this terrain here, it's obviously been terraformed a little bit, but this terrain around spawn, this, if you were to press F3, it says next to biome, Minecraft Ocean. You'd think this was just a plains biome or a forest or something, but no. Pretty much anything pre-version 1, or maybe even version 1, I don't know. The game in later versions just counts as an ocean biome for some reason. That's the spawn terrain. I want to show you, so here's some of this ocean. I think all of the clay around here has been stripped out. Actually, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is what oceans used to look like. This is what the floor of an ocean would look like. You just have these splotches of sand, dirt, and clay. Let's see if we can get a good bit. Yeah, here's some clay here. And that was pretty much it for terrain. You'd have grass and this. There's also some ridiculous chunk borders that we'll find once I go out far enough. Okay, so here's an interesting example of some really bizarre chunk borders. So we've got this base, it's just built on them. Actually, some of these may be intentional, I can't tell. Yeah, there's something messed up going on here. Uh-oh, server's lagging a bit. But I'm just trying to show off as many of these chunk borders as possible without spoiling the base, which I will go over the bases. Okay, so this took me a little while to get to, but we have reached a portal that leads to the edge of the old world. These are some of the most spectacular chunk borders on the server, as well as some. Really, it's almost nighttime. I don't have that on me. Also has some other just bugginess in general. Yep. Another interesting thing that you'll notice about this, there's guardians down there. And this terrain down in the ocean is from before guardian temples were even a thing. So I don't know how they are here. I think what happened was someone somehow bugged out the terrain generation to where they went by fast enough to somehow render a guardian temple, but it's also old terrain, so I don't know. It's really weird. There's a lot of them, too. So this would be a perfect place for, like, a guardian farm or something. So that's... Yeah, that would be an interesting thing to have in the future. It's just it's a strange, strange place. I believe there's also some even more spectacular borders around here somewhere. I just need to climb up the mountain and hope I don't get jumped. And then I'm gonna get to the builds. The builds, oh boy, there are a lot of builds. So, that should be fun. Oh, I have trash in. Okay. Is this infinity? It is not infinity. Alright, I will conserve my arrows. I'm on fire now. Oh, okay, that was not needed. That up. So it's max. Okay. Yeah. This is a thing. This is an entire mountain that has been sliced in half by old terrain. And then all the way over there, there's even more with a half-generated... Half of this was generated in old terrain, then the other half was generated later. So it's just a massive cliff in the middle of a jungle. I'll show an entire map of the world eventually too, so that we can get like a full-on aerial of all of these different things. It's just... yeah, I'm just at a loss of words. It's been a while since I've visited this server. I haven't even visited some of these chunk burger places. Oh, apparently that's the first time I've gotten that achievement. Oh boy. We're in a bit of a pickle here. Oh god. I am being chased down right now. Let's see if we can make a hasty getaway. Oh, I'm gonna have to spend some arrows on that creeper up there. Make sure it doesn't try to... What the? Why am I just now getting all of these achievements? I know I've shot something with a bow before. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're back at spawn here. I'm gonna show off some of these bases. Another little piece of history about this server. I might want to explain why this is here. This server was made before the end was a thing. Strongholds would generate, but end portals wouldn't. There were, like, strongholds around the world, but no end portals. So, what the owner had to do was he had to spawn in some end portal frames and just build it here to even access the end. Now, I'm not actually going to go through because they're still waiting to do another dragon fight. He reset the end at one point for the 1.9 update. That might be a while, but there used to be a giant Enderman farm, one of those old manual ones with pistons back before Endermites existed. So I guess I might as well start doing some base tours. So I'll start with this one. This one's one of the oldest. This tower goes perfectly up to what the old world height limit was. And there really weren't that many options for blocks. I don't think... I guess stone bricks were a thing, but that would have taken a very long time to get, because I don't think silk touch was a thing, so you'd have to manually smelt all of the cobblestone and then craft it into that. There used to be a portal here, but I think it got removed. So this is a really, really cool build, especially for its time. Like, it was 10 times harder to make it then than it would have been now. There are some spawnable areas in here, so I have to be careful. I don't think it's entirely lit up. But it's got a basement, too. And here we've got a really cool-looking bridge. This is an unfinished build. We're gonna make a giant dragon statue right here, but we never got the chance to finish it. Let me move away from this, because this is very loud. Yeah, I started this project, but didn't quite finish it. It probably will get finished in the future. I might make a follow-up video. Here's the sheep farm. All the different colors of sheep. Uh-oh. This one's missing one. But, yeah, every color is sheep. This was built back in 1.8 when slime blocks were added. We're gonna make a nice bouncy castle to experiment with them. I probably won't go all the way, well, sure, why not? Okay, we're here. This goes all the way up to the new build limit, so yeah, this you can kind of see all of these bases around. There's a lot of stuff. These pathways were made because you couldn't sprint and horses didn't exist. I don't even think you could ride pigs. The best way to move around was with minecarts, so this path goes all around spawn. Some of it I think got deconstructed, but this was how people would get around spawn, was using this little railroad system. There's a cool build over there that's also unfinished, but I'll still show it off. That's my house right there, my little wizard tower. This is a three-dimensional labyrinth that's still in the making. But yeah, you know why we came up here, for the bounce. Heck yeah. This is all made out of slime blocks. It's the bouncy castle, of course. Over there's my attempt at a automatic pumpkin or melon farm, whatever it was. I don't know if I ever finished it. Here's another good example of an old build. You can tell because it's completely made out of bricks of all blocks. This was really impressive because that was a lot of clay gathering that had to go into this. You couldn't just go and get, yeah, you had to just mine clay out of the bottom of lakes and stuff. It's got like a little bit of a drawbridge too. And here we've got not very many interesting items. Some old jack-o'-lanterns and a clock. Oh my god. This guy had a stack of clocks. That's interesting. It's a nice, humble house. It never got finished. I originally thought that the top of this, the reason it was cut off, I originally thought that it was the world limit or something, but it wasn't. I don't think. It just never got finished. So yeah, that's this. Here you can see it has access to this railroad system. Also, the fire was an interesting lighting choice. There weren't very many other lighting blocks around, and fire was considered a really cool thing to use. Let me just hop down here. This is a little well I built a long time ago. This is the hotel. Basically, you can just come in here and set your spawn. I think there's beds around, or there were. Yeah, there's some beds in here. I know there's a doorbell system in here, but I can't find the button for it. Ah, here we are. I think some of the timings might have gotten messed up from one of the updates to Redstone timing, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Nice little doorbell thing. Here's a Hunger Games arena. So there were kits. So you'd have bows, arrows, melon for food. I'm not gonna flip that because I don't know if that still works and I don't want to break anything. But yeah, this is just a PvP arena that was made. There's like little underground passageways too. This is one of the oldest bases, if not the oldest base. It also, of course, has a moat. It doesn't appear to work anymore. Oh, phantoms! Hello, my friends. Okay, just dealt with those phantoms. So on here, just got some basic farms. Might need to censor some of these names, I don't know. This is a really interesting basement. Ah, here's one of this very old cat. Wow. So there's a huge ravine down here, and just a massive tunnel of glowstone. I'm not sure what's at the end of that tunnel. I'm pretty sure it's just a dead end. Lapis didn't really have a use then. You just kind of use it as decoration. So you can see he just surrounded his portal with it. This is a working drawbridge. Let us explore the treehouse. This is Fallingstar's base, or one of her old tree bases, and if we go down here, we've got spawner room. I believe, yeah, it's functional. So for this, there's basically a lever sorting system where you can drop creepers into that chamber and get the skeleton to shoot the creeper, and that's how you can farm music discs, which is really nice. Let me turn mob sounds down because this is annoying. But yeah, still very efficient because it's in the middle of an ocean. There were a few accidents. It had to be reinforced with obsidian because, as you can imagine, a farm this big being open is kind of a disaster. Oh yeah, actually, let me show this off too. This is a cool little wheat farm that was made by Fallingstar. I'm not sure where the lever is, but basically it just auto-harvests itself. So if you flip the lever, water comes down and breaks all of the crops for you. And then, this was made before hoppers were really a thing, so you have to just manually pick everything up. But yeah, also stuff gets kind of stuck along the sides, but it's still a really cool farm. Let's head on to a mega build. Okay, so this build really deserves an entrance to all of its glory, so I'm going to record every part of this entrance. Right there, there's the farms for it. Oh, you can kind of see some of it. Oh, there it is. This is Bansuri's tower and his pit. Now I will say some of this, just the excavation, some of the excavation was done with World Edit, just this square part. But all of the steps and everything was done manually. And this entire tower was built manually, and all of the sand was gathered manually. There were some sand dupers, you know, like back in the day you could use a piston and flick it really, really rapidly to, and it would just duplicate sand for some reason. And this thing is absolutely massive. One of the biggest builds on the server. It's got this wall that completely surrounds the perimeter, and it goes all the way to bedrock. It's a truly beautiful build. And I think Bansuri may end up expanding it even more when 1.17 drops and the world height goes up further. So here's the courtroom. This is a fun little room. Right here's a little library. Some of the lighting got a bit messed up. I think he went in with torches, but originally you could put a light source under a half slab, like under here, and it would shine through, but they patched that in one of the updates. So there used to be jack-o'-lanterns under there, since those were cheaper than glowstone, and that was what was lighting the whole tower. There were no torches. This room, there aren't any more rooms from here on up, but this is a very beautiful room. It's like a little garden with a pond. I really like it. But yeah, you can see this is huge. But let me get down to the bottom because there's some other stuff to show off here. Okay, so here I am back at the mid-floor, I guess. So in the lower floors of this tower, I believe... Okay, that's the beacon room. I believe there is a mob spawner. I don't know if it's currently shut off, but another thing was, of course, since he was able to use a little bit of World Edit for this, he had to make a nice void hole in the middle of the tower at the very bottom. Pretty sure it's covered right now, but this mob farm here, I think you could set it to where the mobs would just fall down the middle and into the void. But yeah, I don't know if this farm still works, so I'm gonna keep my distance. I think it's working. Don't know if there's much else. Yeah, this is bedrock level. And in here, yeah, that... Okay, there's glass now, but that goes straight to the void. Yeah, and the farm was right there, so mobs would fall through the middle. He had to cover this up because the owner of the server fell down here and died. Was not expecting there to be a hole, but this is the lower levels. Get out of here, slime. Stupid slimes. Ugh. Okay, sorry about this. There's a bit of a slime issue down here. When 1.8 was added, this entire area was designated as slime chunks for some reason, so it's just a mess. Beacons weren't a thing. For a little while, enchantments weren't even a thing, so you just had to use unenchanted diamond pickaxes and go through a bazillion of them just to break that up. So, you can imagine how long this took him to mine compared to how long it would take now with, like, Efficiency 5 netherite picks and Haste 2. So that was this build. Easily, I think, second biggest on the server, if not the biggest on the server. And yes, there is a build that is a contender that could be bigger than this one. Oh, here's an old villager breeder. You can see in here, the way you used to have to make villagers was with lots of doors. And then, I can't remember if you needed food or not, but yeah, you basically just need tons of doors and villagers. I don't know what happened to all the villagers, actually. There's only this guy, it appears. This is my tower. This is a little wizard tower that I made. I found this website called Plots a while ago, and it was really cool at the time. It was like this little website you could use that gave you like a schematic for a build. Not in-game, but it was... Yeah, on the website, it would show you step by step how to create a tower like this. So I used that to make this. And it's my little home. Yeah, here's my bed. Let me just ask if we can sleep. Okay, there we go. So of course, I've got my full set of music discs. Up here. Oh, yeah. This is my dragon gear. I'm pretty sure this is like I'm pretty sure this is actually yeah, this is a good set. It's got prop 4, protection, yeah, it's knit protection leggings. Ooh, enchanted golden apple. Now you see, these used to be a lot easier to get. Now they are incredibly rare, but you used to be able to craft them with an apple and 8 gold blocks. So that was, I mean, 8 gold blocks is a lot, but that's a lot easier compared to the amount of luck that's required to find them in a desert temple chest. This is my brewing floor. Don't actually have much in here yet. Yeah, just some random brewing ingredients. Here's a sneaky little thing you can do. I can access my crafting bench from down here too, so I don't need another one. This is just my main storage area. I've got a buttload of iron that I need to smelt. Lots of random assorted things. I am a bit of a hoarder in Minecraft. Down here, this is my farming area. Got a cake that I put down to celebrate finishing the farm. Then downstairs, I've got this chicken farm with an egg collector. So there's hoppers under those carpets picking up all of the eggs and putting them in. It's a very humble little house. Oh, this is my dog, Pooch. It took a long time to get this dog over to this base, and he fell down this ladder, and so now he's just kind of chilling down here. Oh, this is my beautiful bunny statue that I made a long time ago for this bunny farm here. These are all of the different types of bunnies. Oh. Having a little bit of a frame drop just by looking at these guys. Bunny! Please breed before you take. Heck yeah. Here's the horse farm. Tons of horses. Yeah, this I know is Zardom's stuff. It's got an interesting little waterfall here and a large farm. Oof, it's pretty trampled. And this is Zardom's maze. He never actually finished it, but there are a lot of... There's gonna be multiple layers to it, so it's like a 3-dimensional labyrinth. So that's this base. I still don't know what that is. So now I'm gonna show off the Nether Hub, I think, because the Nether Hub is also extremely impressive. Fallingstar spent a long time working on the Nether Hub. She's the main person who's been overseeing that. Hasn't been updated to Blue Ice yet, because Blue Ice is really expensive, and we'd have to go out pretty far to find it naturally. Ooh, actually, one base I should show off. So yeah, this is the main hub area. Let me go to... This is Fallingstar's original base. I think this was her first base. I'm not sure. And it is interesting. I think this was for transporting horses. I'm not sure. She's got a lot of different horses. This was one of my pranks. I just put these little pom-pom guys with signs on their faces around her base. I don't know why I did that, but she found it amusing, so she left a couple around. I was gonna have some kind of grand finale to the prank, but I was running out of steam by the end because it took me a long time to place them everywhere. So it ended up being underwhelming. Oh no! What happened here? I think someone broke a little bit of her glass here. This is all the music discs. I think there's, yeah. This is a really cool view. You can just see old ocean terrain through this window. Ah, yeah, here's her storage. Holy crap, that's a lot of nether bricks. Seeds. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm not the only person with a hoarding problem on this server. So, up here... Okay, that's just somewhere around here, she's got a... Ah, here it is. Yeah, a secret doorway into a secret room. This is where a lot of the good stuff is. Holy cow, that's a lot of music discs. And the original dragon egg. This is from, oh man, pre 1.9 dragon, so I don't know when the dragon was actually killed. I watched that fight, but was I was really bad at the game back then, and I don't even know if I was playing, like actually playing myself, or had an account when they fought the dragon. It was a long time ago. Oh yeah, there's another secret room. This is difficult to use now because the timing got messed up from an update. But, oh, yeah, it's tricky to get into, but hidden under this infinite water source is a doorway. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she didn't do anything with this room yet, but there's... You can tell it's pretty difficult to place that sign there because of the flowing water. Secret escape area. And over here is my original base. So these pathways were made back before everything was lit up, just so that you could avoid monsters. Since you couldn't really run, mobs were a lot more dangerous and could catch up to you much faster. So there's these little airlocks you could kind of check from up there if it was safe. This house I didn't originally make, but this is Montego's Den. Man, gives me a lot of nostalgia. This is like... I had some old survival worlds that had a similar base to this, but this was always the kind of style of base that I liked. Just a nice wide window in a hillside. Pretty sure all these chests are empty because I moved out to my tower. But I've got a copy of the server news, a bed, and down here, yeah, this was my storage room, but I've emptied this out completely, including some of the chests I had placed down. And of course, there's some cake. This was a trash can that I made, because I was like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be smart if I just made a hole that you couldn't fall into, and you just dropped stuff in it, because then it would despawn. Further back on here, I had started making this, which doesn't look completely... Oh. So, thought I heard a footstep. A little worried. I really don't want a creeper to show up and just blow this thing up. Because I know that my lighting skills were not great back. And that's pretty much it. And there's my portal at the very back of the island. I remember making this path because I was always a little bit confused coming through the portal. I didn't really know how to, like, where my base was. And up there, Fallingstar actually moved a bunch of mobs from a mushroom biome up there because the closest mushroom biome is really, really far away. So she decided to move. Oh, I have no clue how that pig got up there. Anyway, she decided to move. Creepy cow farm. She decided to move a bunch of mushrooms here and some mycelium and make like a little custom mushroom island. Creepy cows. Yep, these are the mushrooms. Fun little spot. This is a really cool thing too. I like the glass dome. And that, I think, concludes all of the spawn builds. So, yeah. So that was all of the builds I could remember that are around spawn. I did definitely miss a few. Like over here, there's a nice settlement made by Nuna the Fox and a couple of her buddies. And there's also this, and there are a lot of builds like outside of spawn that I want to get to in another episode. So stay tuned for that. Over here, this giant tower, I'm gonna save this for next episode, because if you recall, I said that this build, Bansuri's Tower, isn't the biggest build on the server. So you'll see what I mean by that next episode. This is not what it seems on the surface. If you liked the video, then make sure to leave a like and some comments with like some feedback you have for me, because I'm still a very small YouTuber. If you didn't like it, then you can dislike the video. That just lets me know that you want to see some other content. And if you want to see more of my videos, like if you want to see episode 2 as soon as it's released, then make sure to drop a sub. And of course, I will see you on the flip side.